All right, guys. I know I've not been uploading too much recently. That's on me, but obviously we are in this dead stage right now. There's not much going on, but I am feeling good. I am pumped because this past weekend, for those that don't know, there was the last Foot Champions Cup of the year. Um, the last Foot Champions Cup really of this miserable, miserable year. But I gotta give it to them, right? It was the best event that I have ever watched, well, that I've not been a part of. And it just had everything. And it just gives me that glimmer, that hope for the future of the sea sport. Now, I know there are those that didn't watch or are never going to watch because of the state the game is in, and I fully understand that. Don't blame you. I know there are those that didn't watch because I wasn't playing. I appreciate that. I understand that, and I thank you. But this event, this event was worth watching, put it that way, because for once there was drama going on that I wasn't involved in.
Of course, he deserved it because he have won three for Champions Cup. I won one, but I think what is when it matters, the World Championship, and I'm the world champion. So if he won the whole six for Champions Cup and I still won the World Championship, nobody will know him.
Nobody would know. Well, strong words. I mean, it is about the grand final, though, isn't it? That is the one you want to win. He said, but Dasari said that if you don't win the World Cup final, the E-World Cup final, no one will remember you. How do you feel about that?
I really mind what Dasari says. I'm by far the best player in the world. I beat him twice this year. He's beat me once, so I know best.
Tex coming up with some stats.
I mean, that is what I've been clamoring for. Now, I know it can come across as fake or a bit cringy or even set up. Well, take my word for it. It was definitely. The fuck was that? It was definitely not set up. Yeah, or too stupid to set something like that up. I guess it was Spencer finally taking matters into his own hands and sure instigating it a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that if it's ultimately getting what they really think, which is what it's all about. Now, yeah, I mean, listen, it's natural. These two, they're not gonna like each other. The ones that are fighting at the top for the same prices, for the same events, same competitions, same tournaments. It happens not just in our esport. It happens in literally every single other sport, right? They might say they get along, but trust me, deep down, they don't. At least not until they finish competing. And there are people that were getting on Texas back because he came across as a bit too cocky or a bit too arrogant. And number one, he's still a kid. And number two, wouldn't you be the same if you've won the same events that he's won this year? I mean, he's had a pretty good year, right? So, nothing wrong with that. Again, it just gives you, if nothing else, it gives you an incentive whether to root for him or whether not to. Simple as that. And more importantly, though, what this done was it set up it planted the seeds if they were to meet later on, right? It gave the viewers watching, okay, even me, like, I was like, oh man, this is going to be good if they meet up, or, this is what it's all about at the end of the day. This is what I've been saying since the start. And I would have loved if they'd done more interviews, not just with those two, but with all the other guys, especially the lesser known guys, because we are a 1v1 esport, right? I know there are those that are saying we should be 11v11. Trust me, take my word for it. It will never ever work. It's literally 22 players running around the ball like headless chickens. I've watched it. And I know that's going to upset the pro clubs guys. It's going to upset the VFL guys. Bottom line is, I will literally probably run wings around each and every single one of them with a 77 rated pro. Okay, there's levels to this shit. Okay, there are levels to this, and I guess maybe 5v5 would work, or maybe 2v2. But to me, 1v1, if done right, it's perfectly fine, especially with a decent game. Now, it just. Like, I love football, right? Don't get me wrong. I love football. It's obviously, it's my sport. But, I don't know, there's just a special, allure to watching I get, like, the 1v1, not just, like, it's boxing or UFC, be it even tennis, right? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but, I don't know, to me, I get a buzz. Like, if it's Federer against Nadal, there's just something I don't get in other team sports. Obviously, it has to be said, right? This is our biggest problem, because with team sports, I'll give you a couple of examples. I guess one would to do with esports. For those that watch the COD scene and stuff, like with Optic, it doesn't matter who Optic put on their team, right? You're gonna root for them. It doesn't matter about the individuals. It's Optic, so you root for them. I don't know. In real life, it's Inter against Milan, right? Unfortunately, we don't have the players we used to have 15, 20 years ago. So maybe the match is not as good, but it's still a derby. It's still Inter against Milan, so you're still gonna watch it. All right. My point is, EA with 1v1, it's harder to sell it, okay? And EA have pretty much done almost nothing to really promote any of the players. I mean, truth be told, I don't know, like the general FIFA guy probably knows about 5 esports players if that compete, and that's on EA. That's why they have to interview a lot more of the other guys, because as I said, you the viewer or me the viewer that I was watching, if this guy's facing this guy, right? We need to know why are they facing, who are they, and who should we root for. Okay? Again, then you let the viewer decide, just an interview would solve it. Just an interview with each of them, and then you get to know them a little bit, and then let the viewer decide, should I root for that guy or should I root for that guy? It's not rocket science. Because let me make this very, very clear, right? We are not watching for the actual game.
The shadow to my light, did you feel us? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all in my fantasy? Where are you now? Were you only imaginary? Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running wild inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded.
Oh shit, wait, what? You guys are still here? Okay, listen, I'm so, no, I'm not even gonna apologize. No, I could have done you guys a lot worse with that. Now, listen, you can't unsee what you've just seen, okay? You just have to embrace it. You can hate me, but the truth is I legit could have put 10 minutes of clips up there, okay? I could have put 10 minutes, and I only put, a minute or something like that, okay? So thank me, not even hate on me. My good God. Now, listen. Yeah, that could haunt you, okay? That could haunt you. You probably could end up waking up in the middle of the night, seeing one of those goals, start sweating, grasping for, it can happen, okay? I'm sorry. I should have maybe put like a warning sign before. Obviously, listen, everything that I said, right? Does it even matter when they play a game like that? My good God, man. We are so far away from this game being good as an esport. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's come to this point, honestly. I think about is that, like, I think even if they wanted to, they would not have been able to make this game this bad. And I have to laugh about it, guys, because if I don't, I'll actually lose my shit. And anyway, so it's April now, right? We're in April, and obviously there's not going to be any more patches, which they've just stopped caring. They've left the game as it is, and then part of me doesn't even blame them, because how the fuck are you going to fix this monstrosity, right? And it's too late anyways. But then another part of me is like, are they actually going to leave this game and it's come and stay? Like, what the fuck? But anyways, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, they've stopped caring about it. So why should you guys? I've you know me, I've never, as much as I've hated, I've never told you guys to stop playing this game. But it's gonna be ridiculous at this point. And as for me personally, I've got one more tournament left to play for come end of April, and after that, I am gone. I am done with this. obviously you guys can do what you want. But my suggestion is, if you want to get your football fix, which, let's be honest, that's the only reason we play for these days, certainly not for the game, I suggest going on the older FIFAs. Trust me, they are 10 times better than this pile of garbage. And I heard that they even put attribute cards on this past weekend league. I didn't play, but what the hell's up with that? I mean, look at that team. Doesn't need to get any better. But to be honest, let's allow a bit of hate on our good old friend, because in fairness to him, at least he's still streaming on Twitch, unlike the rest of them sellouts. Anyways, just like that, we got the Tex against Dosseri final, and boom, just like that, right? They even went up to 100k viewers, and all of them were there from the Twitch drops, but there was a massive spike, trust me. And all of a sudden, like, people cared. Like, we cared. We were interested in what's gonna happen. Again, not necessarily what happens in the actual game, in the sense like, fuck the game, right? But damn, there was like, hey, okay, you got us. You know, we're invested into this. And they done all of this with just a simple couple of interviews, which is what I've been saying since God knows when. And man, like, I gotta give it to Tex. He played an insane tournament again, especially that second leg against Stokes. My good God. But yeah, I mean, Dosseri, I feel like Tex almost had a head start on everyone this year, in the sense, like, obviously because this game changed so much, and he adjusted to it so quick. I don't know how, but Dosseri, now that I feel like he's mastered, and like everyone else sort of caught up now, and Dosseri, now that I feel like he's fully mastered the game, trust me, I'm telling you from experience, he becomes almost impossible to beat. So massive congratulations to him on winning the cup. And also I want to say a massive shout out to Megabit, Dax and Stokes, who I think, apart from those two, have probably been the best players this year. I'll buy on a very broken game. Oh, but the drama did not stop there. No, it continued further on to Twitter, and God, I mean, I love this, right? I live for this kind of shit, but it has to be said though, right? I mean, I get banned for half the season for the same kind of shit, for, you know, allegedly insulting people, personally attacking people. And I mean, good God, imagine if I posted something like that. My God, I'd probably be locked up in a prison cell somewhere, never to see the light of day again. Oh man, they tried everything they could to pretty much make sure I don't compete at another event again. So, and I'm not saying in any way, shape or form, by the way, that tech should be banned. Quite the contrary, quite the opposite. For this esport to succeed, if we're gonna go anywhere, considering we are massively handicapped by the game we're playing, if we're gonna succeed, if we're gonna go anywhere, we need storylines. You need to let the pros express themselves freely and honestly and say what they really think, instead of express their real personality, instead of the robotic shit that we've had to deal with for the past year or so, or even threaten to get banned and shit like that. That has to end. That has to go. It's a what it could have been this year. It really is a what it could have been. The gaming commissioner that runs this whole competitive scene this year, he buried this esports so far deep into the ground that he pretty much almost destroyed it, and it's gonna take us years to ever recover from it. It really will. So stupid, but there were promising signs, right? There were promising signs this past week, and I did thoroughly enjoy the event. Obviously, you have to close an eye for the game and the shit that happens in it. I really don't like the game. Obviously, I don't enjoy watching it, but there were some good games, to be fair. Not every game was fucked up, so I do recommend watching the highlights. As I said, it was a tournament I enjoyed. Next up is the playoffs. That's the next major event, which will be held during the summer, and just maybe you'll even get to see yours truly. It's not looking too good right now, but maybe there's a chance. And if I'm there, expect absolute fireworks.